have in Catholic, and it's built on the former Roman city, so it's from the 11th century, but this one is authentic, so it's preserved from back then. And the church is, as you can see below the surface level, that's why it was preserved a bit. Why? Because when the Ottomans came, the Turkish Empire, ruled these lands for 5 centuries, so 500 years. And during the Ottoman rule, since they are Muslims, you weren't allowed to build new churches, and most of the old ones were converted to mosques.
Really?
So yeah, and this one was not because they allowed Christians to have underground churches. Like if you want a church, it needs to be underground because no one would see. So also in Bulgaria you have a lot of cave churches, so built in cave, not to be below the surface. So this one is from the 11th century, but next to it, it's the ancient city from the first to the 4th centuries. Mostly in the upper part, no, but in underground possibly yes, because there is a well under the church.
Oh.
So these are the ruins of the Servica. I think this would be a great place for a picture. So maybe you can give me a phone. I will take a picture from here, and you will stand there.
We're going to see ruins on this trip. This is kind of cool.
Different layers. Yeah, it depends from the century.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's huge. Minaret, that's how they call the prayer. He's going to explain. Okay. Awesome. You don't want to do it.
This is the mosque, the biggest mosque at the moment here. It's called Banja Bashi.
In the country or?
In the country, yes.
The biggest in the country?
Because, like I mentioned before, Ottomans were here for 500 years, and this is the biggest one that is still active. So now community is around 8 to 10% of Muslims in the country. So a museum, and
The History Museum?
yeah, it is built on the top of the Roman bath. So the bath was opened in the 19th century along with this building, late 19th, beginning of the 20th century, and it was used as a public bath until the middle of the 20th century when communism arrived. After that, they inducted new policies regarding the sanitation, hygiene, so they closed the bath. The building stayed, and just 13 years ago, they officially opened the Sophia Regional History Museum, and inside you can see artifacts from Serdica, from the Byzantine period, from the Bulgarian periods, from the Ottoman periods.
And why do they have the water fountains going?
Because it was a bath.
And that's why they're all over the city?
It's not drinkable, but I will show you this.
It's like a bidet.
When you touch the water,
No, it is.
it's warm.
Sorry. I'm glad I got that on video.
Yeah, only a person who works in nursing could say. Oh, so it's just to wash, like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
It's
That's like my hot tub.
Maybe it's
hot?
because it's like the.
It's the yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
the hot springs. Yeah.
Nice.
We'll hang out with these guys.
It's more probably the most important building.
This one?
Yeah, that's the Church of Saint Sophia. So by that church, the city got its name, and the church was built in the 6th century as an early Christian church.
So Sophia was around in the 6th century.
Yeah. No, the city was.
No, the saint.
The
so
saint.
she was a
the
saint from-
yeah, the saint is
so
from
she
the
was
1st century.
Okay, so she was a.
But the church was built in the 6th century, and it, as you can see, it was renovated a couple of times. You even can next to the upper windows,
Yeah,
you
and
can
see
see
where
the
they changed.
difference. Yeah, and also it was invaded by the Ottoman Empire, so for a period it was used as a mosque as well. But thankfully the church survived everything, and now it's one of the most important sites of Sophia.
And it's the church.
A red and yellow building.
Same one that we would just walk by?
No, we didn't walk by this one. So that's called Holy Synod. It is the seat of the patriarch. So that's his residence, like St. Peter's Church in the Vatican, you know. So that is for the patriarch of the Bulgarian Orthodox Church. He resides there. You can understand that to be as the government body of the church. So every important one, it's called Alexander Nevsky Church. It was built in the late 19th century. Alexander Nevsky was actually a Russian lord and Russian prince, and he was living in the 13th century, and he was fighting against Swedish and German forces. He won one of the biggest battles of that time on the river Neva, and that's how he got his last name Nevsky. So at that point he was proclaimed as defender of the Orthodoxy, because he defended the Orthodoxy from the Germans and Swedish people. So that's symbolism of this church as well, because this church was built, it's Bulgarian Orthodox Church, but it is built like a gratitude to the Russia, because Russia was the country who gave the independence to Bulgaria in 1878. So they decided to build a monumental church, and it is one of the biggest Orthodox churches in the Balkans in general. So we can also enter inside. It's a little bit.
Up and down the steps for nothing, right? That look like a fairy tale. You guys doing okay? Has everyone sweated off their fluids or do they need a restroom?
We are ready. Go with the music.
The right hand should be behind. Perfect. Ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, up! Up, amen! 3. Hey! Same steps. We're doing like the same way in Greece, Turkey. Oh, Turkey. Let's try Turkey. Come. In Greece, the first dancers are doing a lot of improvisation. Like in the same rhythm, down, then turn, and so on and so on. It's doing like what is coming from the heart. This, in the Russian style, they're doing all, like all dancers. Right. This is dance.
No, you're fine.
Are you ready?
Yep.
You stick the card in, and then she held this up here, and then I touch that one button. And then it just comes out. Oh, that is just a teeny little sip, huh? Okay. Pull it out. Okay.
Like in here?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. This seems like our whole private dining room. Oh, this is cool. This is nice. And we're inside outside. Yeah. We're not right by a table.
Filled with eclectic shops, charming restaurants, and art galleries offering a spaghetti dinner and your visit. And we're gonna be there for a couple hours.